What if tonight was your only chance to change everything forever? What if missing this moment meant staying trapped in the same struggles again and again? You are standing at the edge of a secret so powerful that once revealed, it cannot be ignored. Your mind holds the key, but time is slipping away. Every second you wait, your desires drift further out of reach. Tonight, you will discover the one-night manifestation method, a gateway into the law of assumption that few ever truly master. This is not fantasy. This is not luck. It is the raw power of your imagination bending reality itself. Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that the seed you planted in your subconscious has already begun to bloom. This is the last warning before you step into a world where thoughts shape matter and belief commands destiny. Neville Goddard called imagination the true creator of life, and science now confirms that your subconscious filters the world to match the assumptions you choose. But here is the danger. If you assume failure, you live failure. If you assume fear, you attract fear. Your assumptions are not harmless. They are magnetic blueprints pulling people, events, and outcomes into your life. Tonight, you must choose what to assume. The window of power opens only when the mind drifts into that fragile state between wakefulness and sleep. Miss it, and the chance is gone until another night. Claim it, and you send a command so deep into your subconscious that reality bends to obey. This is not just a technique. It is the turning point between the life you settle for and the life you dream of. The question is, will you take it now or let it slip away forever? Imagine this. You are lying in bed, staring at the ceiling. The room is quiet, the world outside fading into silence. And inside your mind, a single question burns. When will my dreams finally come true? How much longer will I wait? How many more nights will I spend hoping without seeing results? The truth is, you do not have to wait a lifetime. You do not have to beg the universe. You do not have to wonder if you are worthy. The doorway opens tonight. The one-night manifestation method is not about waiting. It is about seizing the moment. It is about harnessing the exact state when your brain slips into alpha and theta waves. Science proves this is the gateway where the subconscious becomes wide open, ready to accept suggestion like fertile soil waiting for a seed. Miss this state and your doubts will take root. Seize it and your desires will sprout before your very eyes. The choice is always yours. Will you step through the door, or will you stand outside watching life pass by? Somewhere in California, a woman made her choice. She was buried in debt, working a job that drained her spirit. Every night she asked herself the same question. Is this all life has for me? One night she discovered the method you are hearing right now. She followed it with complete focus, pouring her emotions into the assumption that she was already free, already abundant, already living her dream. Within 6 months, she was no longer just an employee. She was the owner of her own business. What changed? Not luck, not chance. It was the power of a single night, the moment she dared to impress a new reality on her subconscious. That is the power waiting for you now. You are not listening by accident. You are here because deep inside, you are ready to stop postponing. You are ready to stop circling the same questions. You are ready to step into action tonight. Your subconscious is listening. It is waiting for your command. It will obey what you feed it. So ask yourself, will you feed it doubt, or will you feed it power? Will you let fear dictate tomorrow, or will you plant the seed of victory tonight? Do not underestimate this. Your imagination is not play. It is not idle fantasy. It is the architect of your reality. Every belief you hold is a design. Every assumption is a blueprint. What you accept tonight will shape the days, weeks, and months ahead. This is why the one-night manifestation method is so dangerous to your doubts. It bypasses the noise of the conscious mind and speaks directly to the deep system that decides your destiny. And once that seed is planted, reality begins to rearrange itself. You will see signs, opportunities, coincidences that are not coincidences at all. The woman in California saw them. The athletes who visualize victory see them. The leaders who assume success before it arrives see them. Will you? You are standing on the edge of your own decision. The question is not whether the method works. It is whether you will work the method tonight. Will you close your eyes and step into the feeling of your dream fulfilled? Will you dare to whisper to your subconscious that it is already done? If you do, everything changes, and it begins faster than you think. This is your call to act. Not tomorrow, not someday. No. Comment right now. Write the words, "I am ready to change my life tonight." Say it with conviction. Claim it with power. Because when you declare it, you activate it. When you commit, you create momentum. When you engage, you shift your destiny. Hit like now. Let that action be your signal to your subconscious that you are done waiting, done doubting, done delaying. This is your turning point. This is your moment. The only question left is this: how will you use tonight? Will you unlock the door, or will you stay on the outside? The decision is in your hands, and your subconscious is listening. The power is waiting. The time is now. But how can your mind truly unlock this power in just one night? What if the true beginning of manifestation is not action, not desire, not even belief, but silence? What if everything you have been searching for starts the moment you learn how to quiet your restless mind? Think about it. How many times have you laid in bed with thoughts racing, fears circling, questions that never end? How many times has your mind been so loud that you could not hear the quiet whisper of possibility? Everything begins when you learn to calm the storm inside. Everything begins when you step into stillness. This is the first step. This is preparation. Without it, the doorway remains closed. With it, the doorway swings wide open. Can you feel the weight of this moment? You are invited to find a quiet corner, a place where nothing distracts you, a place where time slows down. Sit or lie down. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes. Feel the weight of your body sink into the surface beneath you. Let the noise of the world fade, because right now, your journey begins. The truth is simple. When your mind is restless, it resists. When your mind is noisy, it blocks. But when your mind is still, it receives. This is not just poetic. This is science. Alpha brain waves emerge in states of relaxation. They reduce anxiety. They sharpen focus. They create the perfect environment for new instructions to enter your subconscious. Right now, as you imagine yourself breathing slowly, you are already closer to this state. Imagine the calm washing over you. Imagine the peace settling into your chest. You can feel it, can't you? The racing thoughts are fading. The tightness is loosening. The doorway is opening. A student at Harvard once used this exact technique. Before exams, when pressure was crushing, he would close his eyes, breathe deeply, and drop into calm. He chose stillness when everyone else chose panic. The result? A full scholarship. A life transformed because he knew the secret of preparation. He knew that power begins when the mind is silent. And now, so do you. But here is the question. Will you practice this tonight? Or will you let another evening slip away to the noise? The window does not stay open forever. The world is loud. The mind is busy. But you have the choice to step aside from it all, to claim a moment of sacred stillness that belongs only to you. This is step one. Without it, nothing works. With it, everything flows. Feel the urgency. Do not wait for permission. The time is already here. Close your eyes and claim it. Imagine yourself standing on the edge of possibility. On one side, the constant chatter of the world. On the other side, the silence that awakens creation. Which side will you step into? Every breath you take is a chance to choose. Every breath you take can be the doorway. You are not just relaxing. You are programming your reality. Because the subconscious listens most closely when the conscious mind grows quiet. That is why this moment matters more than you realize. What if tonight, by entering stillness, you sent the most powerful message your subconscious has ever received? What if tonight, silence became the language that unlocks your future? Do not underestimate this. It is not complicated. It is not reserved for the chosen. It belongs to you. Right now, you can have the same calm the Harvard student had. You can have the same focus, the same clarity, the same power. You can train your mind to obey, to listen, to open. But only if you choose stillness. Only if you practice it. Right here, right now. Let yourself imagine it. The quiet corner, the deep breath, the eyes closing, the tension releasing, the calm flooding in. Feel the shift. Do you notice how your heartbeat slows when you imagine it? Do you notice how your shoulders relax? This is proof. Your body responds instantly when you invite peace. Your mind follows. And in that moment, you are ready. Ready for the next step. Ready for the vision. Ready for the dream. Preparation is not optional. Preparation is everything. And preparation begins with quiet. This is the foundation on which manifestation stands. If you ignore it, your house collapses. If you embrace it, your house becomes unshakable. So ask yourself, are you willing to make room for silence tonight? Are you willing to choose calm over chaos? Are you willing to begin where all transformation begins? If your answer is yes, then your subconscious is already listening. It is waiting. It is opening. All you need to do is step in. Take this moment and declare it. Say it aloud. Write it down. Comment the words. I have felt it. I have experienced peace. Let that declaration seal your decision. Let it mark the start of your journey. And when you take this step, you are no longer wandering. You are no longer waiting. You are preparing. And preparation is power. The silence you create tonight will echo into your future. It will shape the dreams you are about to plant. It will set the stage for the vision you will soon see. Everything begins here. Everything begins now. But when the mind is still, what will you create inside it? When the storm has quieted, what world will you draw into being? That is the question. And the answer is waiting for you. What if the mind could not tell the difference between what you imagine and what you actually live? What if every vivid picture you create is a rehearsal for reality itself? You begin to see your desired image so clearly that it feels as if you are living inside it. This is not daydreaming. This is the gateway. This is the second step, the art of visualization. The question is, will you dare to enter? Close your eyes and picture it. The weight of the key in your hand. The cool metal pressing into your palm. The sound of the lock turning as you open the door to your dream home. Can you hear the faint echo of your footsteps as you step inside? Can you smell the air, fresh paint, polished wood, the scent of belonging? This is not imagination as a child's fantasy. This is multi-sensory creation. This is how you command the subconscious. The brain does not argue. The brain does not separate. Research from Harvard proves it. When subjects visualize in detail, their brains light up in the same regions as when they perform the action in real life. To the mind, vivid imagination is reality. And that is your power. You are not pretending. You are programming. You are writing new instructions into the deepest layers of your being. Ask yourself this. If your mind cannot tell the difference, why would you settle for doubt, fear, or limitation? Why would you waste the power of your inner screen on replaying failure? Tonight, you must choose what to project. Picture the dream in high definition. Picture it with sound, scent, touch, and taste. Feel the steering wheel of the car you want. Feel the fabric of the clothes you wear in success. Taste the victory. Hear the applause. The sharper the detail, the deeper the command. Athletes know this. Olympians rehearse every movement in their minds. They see the race. They feel the tension in their muscles. They hear the crowd roar. One Olympic athlete visualized crossing the finish line again and again. And when the day came, the body simply obeyed the script the mind had rehearsed. The medal was his. That is the science. That is the proof. Now the question is, what medal will you claim? What future will you rehearse tonight? Understand this. Every image you hold is a seed. Every detail is a root sinking into your subconscious. Plant fear, and fear grows. Plant success, and success grows. Your subconscious does not argue. It obeys. That is why this step matters. Visualization is not optional. It is the rehearsal that guarantees the performance. Imagine waking tomorrow and noticing signs. A conversation that matches your vision. An opportunity that mirrors what you pictured. A door opening that you thought was locked. You will call it coincidence, but it is not coincidence. It is alignment. It is your inner world bending the outer world to its image. But the choice is urgent. The screen of your mind never sleeps. It is always projecting. Will you control the film or let chaos direct it for you? This is responsibility. This is your opportunity. You have seen the evidence. You have heard the story. Now picture your own. The house, the car, the love, the freedom. See it, feel it, live it in your inner theater. And when you do, you send the clearest signal possible to your subconscious. You declare, this is who I am. This is my reality. This is my truth. And the subconscious, obedient and unshaken, begins to align everything around you. That is the power. That is the urgency. Do not hesitate. Do not dismiss it as simple. It is not simple. It is the secret the greatest achievers use in silence, while the world wonders why they succeed. You know now. You are holding the same key. All that is left is to turn it, to commit to the picture, to hold it until it feels undeniable. Because the moment it feels real inside, reality has no choice but to follow. This is the law of assumption in action. This is your mind-bending reality. And you, right now, are the director of the film that becomes your life. So I ask you, what are you seeing? What are you feeling? Will you picture doubt or destiny? Will you rehearse failure or fulfillment? The choice is yours. A moment is now, and the action is simple. Hit like right now to carve this vision into your mind. Let that small action be the anchor. Let it mark the decision. And as you commit, the image grows stronger, brighter, sharper. Until one day, you will walk into it. You will live inside it. You will realize that what began as visualization became reality. That is the secret. That is the gift. That is the step you cannot skip. The question that remains is this. If imagination can create the picture, what else must be added to make it manifest in the physical world? What if the real key is not just seeing the dream, but feeling it so deeply that your entire body believes it is already true? What if the hidden switch that turns imagination into reality is not the picture in your mind, but the emotion in your heart? The truth is this: the mind can create the vision, but only emotion can ignite it. The strength comes when you dare to feel it. This is where manifestation becomes alive. Close your eyes for a moment. Picture the desire. Now breathe into it. Do not just see the house. Feel the joy of stepping inside. Do not just see the car. Feel the thrill of driving it. Do not just see the career. Feel the pride of living it. Because when you feel, you anchor. When you feel, you impress. When you feel, the subconscious accepts it as fact. Neuroscience proves it. Strong emotions leave permanent marks in your neural pathways. This is neuroplasticity. The brain rewires itself around what is most intensely felt. That is why a fleeting thought fades, but a powerful feeling endures. And you can use this power. You can command it. You can harness it. But will you? Imagine yourself tonight, lying in bed. The vision is there. But this time, you let the emotion pour into it. You smile as if it is already yours. You cry tears of relief as if the waiting is over. You laugh because freedom has arrived. Your body does not know the difference. To your nervous system, this is real, and reality begins to catch up. Do you see how urgent this is? Do you see how easily you can miss it if you hold back, if you feel nothing? A single mother in Texas understood this. She was exhausted, struggling, raising her children alone. Every night she imagined a new job, but nothing happened. Until one night she chose to feel. She let herself live inside the emotion of joy. She felt the excitement of the phone call. She felt the gratitude of telling her children the good news. She felt the celebration before it ever arrived. And within 3 weeks, the call came. The job was hers. The opportunity was real. What changed? Not the picture, but the feeling. That is the proof. That is the secret. And now it is in your hands. The question is, will you dare to feel tonight? Will you dare to go beyond imagination and step into emotion? Because without feeling, visualization is only a sketch. With feeling, it becomes fire. With feeling, it becomes magnetic. With feeling, it becomes unstoppable. Every great achievement was born this way. Athletes do not just see the medal. They feel the triumph. Leaders do not just picture the stage. They feel the power of speaking on it. Innovators do not just imagine the invention. They feel the victory of creating it. And you must too. Feel the desire. Feel the success. Feel the freedom. Not later. Not someday. Now. Your subconscious cannot resist emotion. It is the language it understands best. Feed it with the vibration of joy, and it will bend reality to give you more joy. Feed it with gratitude, and it will multiply what you are grateful for. Feed it with relief, and it will remove the obstacles that weigh you down. That is why you cannot ignore this step. That is why this is the heart of the method. But here is the urgency. If you do not feel it, the subconscious assumes it is not real. If you do not feel it, the image fades away like smoke. And tomorrow, you wake to the same old reality. Do you want that? Or do you want to live the shift? The decision is now. This is your moment to embrace the emotional state of your future self. Smile as if you already have it. Breathe as if you already live it. Walk as if it is already done. Because when you feel, you embody. When you embody, you attract. And when you attract, manifestation becomes inevitable. Let this sink in. You are not waiting for the dream. The dream is waiting for you to feel it. The dream is waiting for you to give it life with emotion. Tonight, you can begin. Tonight, you can feel. Tonight, you can change everything. The single mother in Texas proved it. Countless others proved it. And now it is your turn. So I ask you, are you willing to close your eyes and feel the joy before it arrives? Are you willing to hold the emotion until your body shakes with certainty? Are you willing to taste the victory before the world delivers it? This is your test. This is your choice. And the reward is limitless. Do it now. Say it now. Comment these words. I am feeling my success right now. Declare it. Anchor it. Let that statement ignite the emotion within you. Let it be the spark. Because when you feel it, the universe begins to respond. When you feel it, you step into alignment. When you feel it, reality has no choice but to follow. This is the path. This is the step. This is the moment. You know now that emotion is the engine. You know now that feeling is the fuel. But the next question is waiting for you. How do you keep this flame alive when morning comes? What if the difference between a wandering thought and a destiny fulfilled is only one thing, a phrase repeated until it becomes truth? What if the secret is not in the vision you see, but in the words you dare to say again and again? That is when you need an inner mantra. That is when you whisper to yourself, I am already successful. I am already free. I am already who I was meant to be. Do you see how powerful that is? These words are not decoration. They are commands. They are signals. They are blueprints that reshape the deepest layers of your mind. The step is simple. Step 4. Affirmation. Short, precise, uncheckable. Because repetition builds belief. Repetition engraves identity. Repetition turns a phrase into a fact. Science confirms it. Self-suggestion rewires thought patterns. Neuroscience calls it long-term potentiation, the process by which neurons fire together until they wire together. Repeat the same thought with conviction, and your brain makes it permanent. This is why an affirmation works. This is why a phrase can rebuild a life. Imagine saying it in the quiet of the morning. Imagine whispering it before you sleep. Imagine writing it until the letters burn into your memory. The more you repeat it, the deeper it sinks. The deeper it sinks, the more reality bends to match it. Ask yourself this. If your mind is always repeating something, what is it repeating now? Doubt? Fear? Limitation? Or will you take control tonight and give it a new command? A veteran in America once did this. Broken by the weight of trauma, haunted by memories. Each day he woke with heaviness in his chest, until he chose a new mantra. Every morning he said 3 words. I am peaceful. Not once, not twice, but every single day. Again and again, until the words stopped feeling foreign. Again and again, until the words became his truth. And slowly the weight lifted. The memories no longer ruled him. The past lost its grip. He found his life again. That is the proof. That is the power. And if it worked for him, why not for you? Why not now? Do you see the urgency? Your subconscious listens all the time. It does not rest. It does not judge. It accepts what it hears most often. Feed it chaos, and you live chaos. Feed it clarity, and you live clarity. Which will you choose? The mantra you pick becomes the story of your life. So choose carefully. Choose powerfully. Say it now. Whisper it now. I am already successful. I am already abundant. I am already free. Feel how your body shifts when you declare it. Notice how your breath changes when you own it. That is alignment beginning. That is your future being planted. But repetition is the key. One phrase alone is not enough. One moment alone is not enough. You must return to it, morning after morning, night after night, until it becomes who you are, until it becomes impossible to doubt. This is not wishful thinking. This is not empty hope. This is discipline. This is science. This is the method. Do not wait. Do not let the mind wander without direction. Seize the steering wheel and guide it with words. The words you say shape the beliefs you hold. The beliefs you hold shape the life you live. It is that simple. It is that urgent. So write your affirmation now. Speak it aloud. Comment it below. Anchor it into the world with action. Because when you write it, you claim it. When you share it, you reinforce it. When you repeat it, you embody it. This is the step that separates a dreamer from a creator. This is the moment you stop waiting and start building. But the question remains, when is the golden moment to plant this mantra so deeply that nothing can shake it? When is the time when the subconscious is most open to receive? What if the most powerful moment of your entire day is not when you are awake and pushing, but when you are about to fall asleep and surrender? What if the gateway to everything you desire opens in that fragile instant when the conscious mind fades and the subconscious takes control? This is the moment. This is the secret. This is when you are closest to the source of creation. And it happens every single night. The question is, are you using it or wasting it? The truth is simple. The real magic begins when you are lying in bed, eyes heavy, body loose, mind drifting. That is when you whisper the words. It is done. It has already happened. And your subconscious, open and unguarded, accepts it as fact. This is not a trick. This is not imagination without substance. This is science. Neuroscience calls it the hypnagogic state, the transition between wakefulness and sleep. In this state, your brain waves shift into alpha and theta. And in these frequencies, suggestion does not just touch the mind, it imprints on it. Studies show that learning and memory increase dramatically in this state. The filters of doubt fall away. The gates of acceptance swing wide open. This is why affirmations spoken at night penetrate deeper than at any other time. This is why a simple phrase becomes a command that reality bends to obey. But here is the urgency. If you fall asleep replaying fear, the subconscious will plant fear. If you drift off in anger, anger becomes tomorrow's soil. If you surrender to lack, lack multiplies. You cannot escape it. You can only choose it. Which will you choose tonight? A man in New York once faced this choice. He was an immigrant, struggling, working jobs that barely paid the rent. Every night he collapsed into bed, exhausted and defeated, until one night he decided to try something different. He whispered to himself before sleep, "I am already working my dream job. I am already free." He felt it. He lived it in his mind as his body drifted. And night after night, he repeated it. Not with strain, not with force, but with quiet conviction in the edge of sleep. Within 2 months, he was hired for the exact position he had imagined. The world called it coincidence, but he knew it was alignment. It was the law of assumption written into his subconscious at the perfect moment. That same power is waiting for you now. Tonight, when you lie down, you will face the choice. Will you let random thoughts take over? Or will you direct the script? Will you fall asleep replaying what you fear? Or will you fall asleep declaring what is already yours? The subconscious does not argue. It does not debate. It accepts. That is why this is step 5, the final step, the most important seed you will ever plant. Do not miss it. Do not waste it. Feel the urgency, because the subconscious does not just hear the words. It feels the emotion. It absorbs the conviction. It takes the assumption and begins to rearrange reality around it. That is why this method works faster than any other. That is why Neville Goddard called it the key to manifestation. Because when you impress your subconscious at the edge of sleep, there is no resistance, no barrier, no filter, only acceptance. and acceptance creates reality. Can you imagine the power of this? Can you imagine closing your eyes tonight, whispering it is done, and waking up knowing something has already shifted? This is your chance. This is your invitation, and it will not wait forever. Every night you delay is another night. Your subconscious obeys old commands, old fears, old failures. Do not give it another night. Take this one. Claim this one. Use this one. As you lie down, relax every muscle. Let your body sink. Let your mind drift. And as you hover between wakefulness and sleep, speak the words that define your destiny. Speak them with calm. Speak them with certainty. Speak them until they feel true. It is done. It is mine. It has already happened. That is the mantra that bends reality. That is the seed that grows while you sleep. And tomorrow, you will see the signs. You will feel the shift. You will know the power. But only if you choose it now. Only if you commit tonight. So ask yourself, will you? Will you drift into sleep with the power of creation in your hands? Or will you let another night pass, wasted on doubt? This is your moment to decide. Say it now. Feel it now. And if you will try it tonight, hit like right now to seal your commitment. Let your action anchor your decision. Because this is the golden hour. This is the state where thoughts become things and dreams become reality. The only question left is this: why does this method work faster, deeper, stronger than anything else you have ever tried? What if everything you are living right now is not random at all, but the direct reflection of the assumptions you once accepted? What if the reality around you is not fate, not luck, but the mirror of the beliefs you chose to hold? Because it is. Because every assumption you nurture, every belief you repeat, is silently constructing your world. This is why the method works. Because it taps directly into the mechanism of the subconscious. The subconscious does not argue. It does not debate. It simply obeys. And the law of assumption is the blueprint. What you assume becomes the prophecy your life is forced to fulfill. Do you feel the weight of that? Every thought you allow is a seed. Every belief you repeat is a command. Every assumption you accept is a silent order written into the code of your destiny. Think about it. If you assume that you are unlucky, life will confirm it. If you assume that you are powerless, life will reflect it. But if you assume that you are chosen, if you assume that you are abundant, if you assume that you are unstoppable, then the subconscious will bend reality to prove you right. Science explains why. Cognitive dissonance. The mind cannot stand to live in contradiction. When your beliefs and your reality clash, your mind works relentlessly to resolve it. And the subconscious, the most powerful part of you, pushes to align your outer world with your inner assumption. That is why assumption is destiny. That is why what you believe becomes what you see. A businessman in America once understood this. For years he assumed failure. He told himself he was not good enough. And every deal collapsed. Every partnership dissolved. His life reflected his inner script. Until one day he changed it. He chose a new assumption. He said, "I am building an empire. Not someday. Not in the future, but now." He repeated it. He lived it. He felt it. And the subconscious, obeying its programming, began to arrange circumstances to match. Opportunities appeared. Partnerships formed. Wealth flowed. And within years, a man who once assumed failure stood at the center of a thriving empire. The world saw success. But the truth was simple. It was only assumption made flesh. Do you see the urgency? Do you see the danger of leaving your assumptions unchecked? Every day your subconscious is listening. Every day it is constructing. The question is not whether you are creating, but what you are creating. Will you choose assumptions that bind you, Or will you choose assumptions that free you? You must decide right now, because the law never stops. The mechanism never rests. It is always at work, shaping, molding, creating. The only choice you have is which belief you will feed it. And here is your invitation. Comment right now. Write the words, "I choose a new assumption for my life." Declare it. Claim it. Anchor it. Because when you say it, you begin to shift it. When you commit, the subconscious takes note. And when you repeat, the reality begins to bend. Do not underestimate this. This is not empty philosophy. This is the raw structure of the mind. This is the foundation of every manifestation. This is why Neville Goddard insisted imagination was not fantasy, but creation. He knew the law of assumption was the operating system of your life. And now you know it too. You are standing on the edge of choice. Will you assume fear or power? Will you assume lack or abundance? Will you assume failure or destiny? The answer will decide everything, because the subconscious will not resist. It will not deny. It will only build. That is the secret. That is the danger. That is the gift. And you cannot ignore it anymore. The power is already working inside you. The only question left is this. If your subconscious is this powerful, if it can bend reality itself, how will you keep this energy alive every single day? What if the true secret is not found in a single moment of inspiration, but in the discipline of showing up every day? What if the real transformation does not come from one spark, but from the fire you build night after night? Because that is how change takes root, by turning it into a habit, by repeating it until it becomes part of you, by making it so natural that you no longer question it. That is when manifestation stops being theory and starts being reality. The truth is clear. Power comes from repetition. Power comes from ritual. Power comes when you choose consistency over chaos. And that choice belongs to you. Every night, as you lie down, you have the chance to repeat the method, to whisper the affirmation, to feel the emotion, to enter the state. One night alone is powerful, but 30 nights in a row is unstoppable. Do you feel the urgency? Do you feel the weight of this? Science confirms it. Behavioral studies show that it takes 21 to 66 days for the brain to rewire, for new neural pathways to replace the old, for belief to turn into identity. That is why one attempt is not enough. That is why persistence is everything. The question is, will you persist? Will you commit? Will you choose to plant the same seed until the soil of your subconscious accepts it as permanent truth? A man in America once faced this decision. An IT worker, burned out, living in constant stress. His body ached. His mind was heavy. And every night he went to bed replaying the same tension, until he decided to test the power of repetition. He committed to 30 days. Every night, without fail, he practiced the ritual. He calmed his mind. He visualized. He felt the emotion. He affirmed the new reality. He did not skip. He did not stop. And slowly the stress began to release. His body healed. His mind found clarity. By day 30, he was no longer chained to the same pressure. He was free. He was new. What changed? Not luck, not chance, but habit, ritual, consistency. And that same path is open for you. But you must choose it. You must claim it. You must turn this method into your nightly companion. Do not let another day pass where you feed your subconscious the random noise of doubt. Instead, make the method your ritual. Make it your law. Make it your life. Ask yourself this. What would 30 days of persistence give you? What would 90 days create? What would a year of consistency make inevitable? The answer is staggering, because once your subconscious accepts the new reality, it has no choice but to project it outward. That is why persistence wins. That is why repetition works. But here is the urgency. Without consistency, the old patterns remain. Without habit, the brain snaps back. Without repetition, the old assumptions take root again. Do you want that? Or do you want freedom? The choice is in your hands tonight. Will you commit? Will you repeat? Will you anchor the new identity until it is unshakable? If your answer is yes, then seal it with action. Hit like right now. Let that small choice be the signal to your subconscious that you are ready to walk this path for 30 days straight. Comment your commitment. Say it. I am ready for 30 days. Let the world hear it. Let your mind accept it. Because once you declare, you cannot go back. Once you repeat, you cannot undo the momentum. And that momentum will carry you into transformation. Feel it. Feel the weight of choosing persistence. Feel the power of committing to a ritual. This is not about waiting for miracles. This is about creating them. This is not about hoping for change. This is about becoming the change. And you have the chance to start now. So I ask you, what will your life look like after 30 days? What will your body feel like? What will your mind believe? What doors will open? What freedom will you taste? The answer is waiting for you. The path is waiting for you. The ritual is waiting for you. All that is left is your choice. Do not delay. Do not doubt. Do not break the chain. Choose repetition. Choose ritual. Choose power. And when you do, you will discover that 30 days can change everything. The only question left is this. After 30 days of persistence, how much of your old life will remain? What if the first signs of change do not arrive as explosions of success, but as quiet whispers that something is shifting? What if before the great miracle, small signals appear, guiding you, showing you that the law is already at work? You will begin to see little things, tiny clues, unexpected opportunities, a conversation that seems too perfect, a message that arrives at the right time, a person you meet by chance who feels like they were sent. Are these coincidences? No, they are confirmations. They are reflections of your new assumption taking form. You must pay attention. You must notice, because the brain itself filters reality. Science calls it the selective perception effect. The mind notices what matches belief and ignores what does not. Change your assumption, and you change what you see. Suddenly, the world feels different. The same streets, the same people, but now you catch things you never saw before. The job posting, the course advertisement, the opportunity hidden in plain sight. They were always there, but now you see them because your subconscious is tuned to them. This is proof that your new belief is alive. This is evidence that your inner shift is echoing outward. A man in America once experienced this. He was a regular office worker, bored and stuck. One night, he practiced the method. He assumed a new identity. He told himself he was moving into a field he truly loved. The very next day, he saw an advertisement for a training program in that exact field. He had walked past similar signs for months, but this time he saw it. Why? Because his new belief told his brain to notice it. He applied. He joined. His life began to transform. That is how it works. That is how fast it happens. Do you see how powerful this is? Do you see how urgent it is to pay attention? Because if you ignore the signs, you may think nothing is happening. If you dismiss the small shifts, you may lose faith before the big miracle arrives. And yet the signs are always there. The first raindrops before the storm. The first sparks before the fire. The first whispers before the roar. This is your moment to notice. This is your call to watch with new eyes. Ask yourself, what small signals have already appeared in your life? What chance encounters felt different? What unexpected messages caught your attention? These are not accidents. These are reflections. These are confirmations that your inner assumption is already creating. And the more you acknowledge them, the stronger they become. The more you celebrate them, the faster the bigger results appear. Because gratitude amplifies manifestation. Recognition multiplies it. That is why you must not keep silent. That is why you must share it. Comment right now. Share the first magical signal you noticed. Anchor it with words. Declare it with conviction. Because when you speak it, you strengthen it. When you recognize it, you lock it in. And your subconscious listens. It says, yes, this is real. Yes, this is working. Yes, I will create more. Do not underestimate the power of the small. Do not wait only for the grand. The grand is born from the small. A miracle is born from the whispers. And once you notice them, you will never doubt again. You will know the law is alive. You will know your new assumption is unfolding. You will know the universe is aligning. But here is the question. If this is only the beginning, if these are just the first signals, what will happen when you walk the entire journey? What will your life look like when the whispers turn into shouts? When the sparks turn into flames? When the small signals expand into full manifestation? That is the mystery waiting for you. That is the destiny unfolding in front of you. And the only question left is this. When the signs appear, will you recognize them, or will you let them pass unnoticed? The answer will decide how quickly the miracle becomes real. The choice is yours. The time is now, and the first signal is already on its way. So tell me, what will happen when you reach the end of this path? What if the greatest reward of this journey is not just getting what you wanted, but becoming someone you never thought you could be? What if the real miracle is not the house, the car, or the success, but the higher version of you that rises from within? Because that is the truth. You will become a greater self. A self who no longer doubts. A self who no longer clings to the past. A self who stands in the power of a new identity. You will not only achieve the goal, you will live the belief. You will embody the assumption. You will be transformed. This is the essence of the law. It is not about chasing things. It is about becoming the one who already has them. When you change your assumption, you change your identity. And when your identity shifts, the world has no choice but to match it. Do you feel that? Do you see the power? This is not surface. This is deep. Neuroscience proves it. Identity change is tied to restructuring in the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for self-control and decision-making. When you adopt a new self-image and reinforce it with feeling, visualization, and repetition, your brain literally rewires. The circuits of the old self weaken. The circuits of the new self strengthen. You stop acting like the old version. You stop living the old patterns. You step fully into the new. And that is when transformation becomes permanent. That is when manifestation is no longer fragile, but inevitable. A soldier once returned from war broken and lost. He assumed he was a victim. His life reflected it. He withdrew. He suffered. He felt powerless. Until he made the decision to shift his identity. He began to affirm. He began to visualize. He began to feel. And slowly the image of victim faded. In its place grew a leader. He assumed the role of someone who could guide, serve, and inspire. And reality followed. Today, he is not broken. He is not hidden. He is a leader of his community. His past no longer defines him. His new self does. That is the power of identity. That is the power waiting for you. Ask yourself this. What version of you are you willing to become? Are you ready to step into the self who already lives the dream? Are you ready to let the old version die? Because it is not enough to have. You must be. It is not enough to reach. You must embody. That is the law. That is the path. And the choice is yours. Do not take it lightly. Do not think it is far away. It begins the moment you assume a new role. The moment you declare a new self. The moment you believe and act as if it is already true. That is when the shift happens. That is when the new life begins. Feel it now. Breathe it now. Say it now. I am becoming the highest version of myself. Comment it. Declare it. Anchor it into your subconscious. Because when you speak it, you claim it. When you repeat it, you reinforce it. When you live it, the world cannot resist it. This is not fantasy. This is not imagination without weight. This is transformation. This is evolution. This is you. And you cannot delay. Every day you wait, the old self takes root deeper. Every day you hesitate, the old patterns grow stronger. But every day you choose the higher self, the old fades, the new strengthens, and the shift accelerates. Do you want to know the urgency? The life you dream of is not waiting for you to do more. It is waiting for you to be more. It is waiting for you to assume the self who already has it. That is the hidden key. That is the ultimate secret. So I ask you, are you ready to step into your highest self? Are you ready to stop reaching and start becoming? Are you ready to claim the power of identity and let reality obey? Because this is your chance. This is your moment. You are becoming the higher version of yourself. And that is the miracle beyond miracles. But the journey is not done yet. There is one final truth you must remember. One last piece that will seal your success forever. Do you want to know what it is? What if everything you have learned until now comes down to this very moment? What if the difference between a life transformed and a life unchanged is only one choice made right now? The most important truth is simple. You must act now, not tomorrow, not next week, now, because hesitation kills dreams. Delay is the thief of destiny. You are standing at the doorway of change. One step forward and everything begins. One step backward and everything stays the same. Which will you choose? The science is undeniable. Behavioral psychology proves that if you do not act within 5 seconds of a decision, the brain sabotages you. It creates excuses. It delays. It convinces you to wait. And waiting means nothing happens. That is why urgency matters. That is why tonight matters. One night can change everything, but only if you begin. Only if you act. A young man in America once faced this exact moment. He was lost, uncertain, trapped in a job he hated. He discovered this method and nearly convinced himself to wait until tomorrow. But something inside told him to start immediately. That night he practiced. That night he declared his new self. That night he felt it as if it were already true. And the very next morning, his phone rang. An offer came that shifted the course of his life forever. Was it luck? No, it was action. It was the decision to act now instead of delay. And the same power is here for you, right now. Do you feel the urgency? Do you feel the pulse of possibility in your chest? That is not random. That is your higher self calling you forward. That is your future knocking at your door. Will you open it? Or will you ignore it and let it pass you by? The truth is clear. You cannot just listen. You cannot just think. You must act. Comment now. Write the words, I act now. Let your subconscious see it. Let the universe hear it. Let your decision echo outward. Hit like to anchor this choice. Share this message so others step into their power with you. And subscribe so you never lose the guidance that keeps you aligned with destiny. These are not empty gestures. They are declarations. They are commitments. They are the proof that you are ready to step forward. Do not underestimate them, because every action you take reinforces the identity you are building. Every choice you make strengthens the reality you are creating. So choose now. Choose power. Choose courage. Choose destiny. Do not wait for the perfect time. There is no perfect time. The only time is now. Tonight, when you close your eyes, practice. Feel it, say it, live it. Let tonight be the night you look back on and say, everything changed because I chose to act. Feel the urgency. Feel the pull. Because this is your moment. And if you let it slip, you may wonder for years what could have been. Do not let that be your story. Write a new one. Live a new one. Claim a new one. The journey has brought you here for a reason. The question is, what will you do with it? Will you let fear win? Or will you step into power? Will you wait? Or will you act? Comment now. Write your declaration. Say it with force. I act now. Like this video to mark your decision. Share it to spread the fire. Subscribe to keep your mind aligned with this path. Because when you act, you prove to yourself and the universe that you are ready. And when you are ready, nothing can stop what is already yours. This is the moment. This is the choice. This is the beginning. And the final question is the most important of all. When you are standing on the edge of destiny, when tonight arrives, will you have the courage to begin right now?